just started playing Airsoft or want to start playing Airsoft, then stick around because these tips are going to help you get started the right way. What is up guys, it's Jordan and welcome back to this brand new video. In this video we're going to discuss 8 tips for beginners in the game of Airsoft. These tips are the most important ones I've found in my first few days on the Airsoft field, and by watching a few videos. I've shrunk them down to 8 of the most important ones. If you would like to see more beginner tips on, for example, your first loadout, rules or other stuff, then let me know in the comments. Alright, without further ado, let's get right into tip number 1. If you want to start playing Airsoft, the first thing you should do is check your local laws. The rules around the game of Airsoft, and with that the replicas, are different everywhere. For example, in the Netherlands, where I'm from, you need to be a member of the Nederlandse Airsoft Belangenvereniging, or NABV. This is the association that makes Airsoft possible, but most importantly, keeps the game and the streets safe. You need to be signed up with them to play Airsoft and to buy replicas. In other countries, the laws are a lot different. In most states in the USA, the Airsoft replicas need to have an orange tip at the front. And in Australia, Airsoft is banned altogether. So, before you start playing Airsoft and buying replicas, make sure to check your local laws. The second tip is rent before you buy. So, I've seen some people buying a few €100 worth of Airsoft gear to only play with it once or twice and end up not liking the sport. It's a real shame, and it's a few $100 into the bin just like that. I would recommend renting before buying. Check your local Airsoft field if they have a rental kit available and play with those for a few games. Also see if they have different kinds of replicas available. This way you can test and find the replica that suits you best. I've done the same. The replica in my very first Airsoft video is a rental one. So make sure to rent before you buy. It's better to spend $30-40 on a rental kit than it is to spend $500 on buying a kit and then end up not liking the game. Tip 3 is visit your local fields. Even if you can't play Airsoft just yet because of, for example, your license is not in yet, what you can do is visit your fields, see how the games work and get a sense of the game. I would also recommend visiting different ones like CQB fields and outside longer range fields. This will give you a sense of the difference between the different fields. Also, if you have any questions about the sport, the people at your local fields have the answer. Give them a call or just visit them. They will most likely be happy to help. Replicas can easily be mistaken for real weapons, so make sure to never take your replica out into public. This seems very obvious, but it's been in the news multiple times. Parents losing their children because they were playing with Airsoft replicas. The police can't see the difference between Airsoft replicas and real weapons, and when coming across one, they will always treat it like a real gun. So, keep your replicas in a sealed bag or case when carrying them around. Make sure the mag is out and all the BBs are out of the mags. This will prevent accidents. Tip number 5. Pay attention at the safety briefing. All Airsoft fields will have slightly different rules, so it's important to pay attention at the safety briefing. Put away your speed loaders and gas bottles for a minute and listen carefully. The rules of an Airsoft field are law when the game starts. You don't want to break the rules and be banned from the field you like playing at. Pay attention and play by the rules. That way everyone has fun. Tip number 6. Never, ever remove your eye protection on the Airsoft field. This also seems obvious, but I've seen it happen in my first few games. Someone's goggles are fogging or there's something in their eye. They will just pull up the glasses and remove it. Don't! Although Airsoft replicas are not real guns, they do fire at speeds above 100 kph, which means if a BB hits your eye, you'll be blind for the rest of your life. Don't take that risk. If something is in your eye or your goggles are fogging, unload your weapons and go to the safety zone to fix it. Also ask for the rules around goggles falling off or breaking. Most of the times your local field will have rules for when that happens. At my field, you have to call blind man really loud and everyone has to set their replicas to safe. The marshals will come and escort the blind man to the safety zone. Number 7 is the most obvious one of all. Call your hits. The explanation for this doesn't need to be long. Call your hits. Everyone wants to have fun on the Airsoft field and being a good sport is part of that. Call your hits even though you're not sure you were hit. If a tree branch touches you and you're not sure if it was a BB or not, just call it and respawn. Being a good sport also means that you don't go calling other people's hits. If you're sure you've hit someone but they don't call it, don't argue with them. This is where all the airsoft field fights start. Tell it to the marshals, they will keep an eye on the player, and if he doesn't play by the rules, he'll be banned. The final tip of today's video is just ask. If you have any questions about airsoft, then just ask. Field owners, players and content creators like me all have one thing in common. They love the sport and they would love to see more players start playing it. We all want to grow this sport, so we'll be glad to answer your questions. No question is dumb or crazy. Just ask. If you have any questions about airsoft, call up your local airsoft field or leave it in the comments on a YouTube video. Well guys, there you have it. 8 tips for beginners of the amazing sport of airsoft. If you've liked this video, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more airsoft content. Like I said, if you have any more questions regarding airsoft, I'll be happy to answer them in the comments below. For now, I want to thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!